Welcome, everyone. My name is Shake and Bake with the USA Crypto Group, and today we'll be hosting an AMA with SoCal. With all things crypto, this AMA is for informational purposes and is not financial advice. It is your responsibility to do your own research when making investment decisions. For some of the new listeners here, we generally start with a quick introduction. We let the team talk about their project, their team, their utilities and so forth. Then we'll open it up for Q&A. And then we also have whitelists to give away and cash this evening. So with that, quick little introduction based off their white paper. So SoCal Token thrives to be passionate stewards of the crypto space through philanthropy, play to earn games, and NFT technology. Will highlight oceanic awareness and fuel innovation. Ultimately, our mission is to cultivate a fun, transparent, and prosperous platform, inspiring both current and future generations of investors. And with further ado, I'd like to introduce Daniel and Robert. If you could give us an introduction of you and your team, what made you create the token, how long you've been working on it, and any items that you'd like to discuss about the project. And the floor is yours.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Of course, we're really happy to be in this group. And as Robert said, we've been kind of monitoring you guys and seeing your chats in there. And it's really impressive. You got a lot of good investors in there and solid people and no bots. So that's one of the reasons we picked this, besides Juniper being awesome. So I'm Daniel. I'm the CEO for SoCal Token. I live here in San Diego. I'll let Robbie go ahead and introduce himself.
Hey everyone, my name is Robert. I'm the CTO here for SoCal Token. I'm also here in San Diego as well.
And then total, we have 6 core team members that are from Southern California. We have 2 up in LA and 4 in San Diego. Our core team members right now, there's 9 of us. We do have 1 in Oklahoma. Or no, sorry, 1 in Oklahoma, 1 in Georgia, and then 1 in Arizona at this point. I'm going to share my screen so we can pull up the website. All right, can everybody see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Let everybody know SoCal Token, we launched on the Binance Smart Chain. The reason we did that is for gas fees. It's the best right now. Ethereum and the other ones, they're just a little too pricey for trading and everything. So we really felt that's the best way to go. We also wanted to launch off of Pink Sale, which we feel like has the most exposure. It's not always the safest site to launch off of, but we're a 100% legitimate company and we're going to get a lot more exposure that way. SoCal Token is based on the allure and attraction of Southern California. So we really want to be one of those first tokens that is region-based, based on everything that is Southern California, with the beaches, the waves, the palm trees, the surfing, to skateboarding, to BMX biking, all those beautiful things, and encompass that into one utility token that provides a lot of value for its holders. Currently, we are building a Retros 1990 16-bit play-to-earn game. It's going to be kind of like the TC surfing from back in the day. We really want it to be one of those exciting, fun games for play-to-earn that you can compete with your friends. You can do surfing competitions, different surfboards, different skins. All those different items will be built into it. So right now we actually have the pixel art being designed by one of our lead graphics designers. He's the one that's done the NFTs, which we've been sharing with the community. Touch a little more on our NFTs. Bring us down to those. There we go. So our NFTs are custom designed by Neil Diamondhands. If anybody's familiar with him, he designed some of the MetaRuffy NFTs also. He's also going to be working on the pixel art, of course, for our game. The biggest thing with our NFTs is, besides their beautiful artwork, they're going to have utility inside the game. They're going to give you access to different wave breaks, surfing competitions, skins, and surfboards. They'll also be able to be sold and buy them right off of our marketplace. which leads me into we're going to have a custom DApp and marketplace with the staking built and ready at launch time. We kind of have a fun little system we have going on right at launch, and I'll show that with you a little bit later with the schedule. But I just want to let you know that the staking is going to be really fun and fast. So the staking we're going to be doing is the first 500 people that get in are going to have access to 300% returns for 60 days. Or you can lock it for 30 days and get 150% returns. That is not going to change whatsoever. If you have 1 billion tokens, you lock it in, you're getting 300% for that 60 days all the way through. The next 750 people, it's going to be 100% for the 30 days and 150% for the 60 days. The next 1,000 after that, 75% for 30 days and then 100% for 60 days. The final staking percentage is going to be 50% all the way up to 100 million market cap. We don't know when we're going to hit that 100 million market cap, but our goal is within less than 2.5 months. We're planning on getting there. But all the way up till then, you're going to earn 50% returns, unlimited amount of tokens for the staking program. One of the fun parts about being in SoCal Token is the ecosystem. So you being a holder of SoCal Token, you're going to have access to yoga weekly, sound bath weekly, crypto education classes, and we're also going to be doing charity beach cleanups. Right now, we just finalized the schedule, and it looks like the sound baths. If anybody's done them before, they're super soothing and relaxing, nice for meditation. We're going to be holding those on Tuesday nights. The crypto education classes, I'm going to be teaching those myself. We did our first one 2 weeks ago, and the second one will be tomorrow. And what I really want to do is educate the world and anybody else about crypto, what it is, because right now we're in that kind of bearish market where everybody's kind of like, it's really scary to get into. But I really want to be able to educate people that haven't got into it, what it is, what is a blockchain, what is the market, what are these exchanges that are on, what are the different blockchains you could be on, all those basic things to really give people an understanding of what it is. I really want to hold classes on, what a wallet is, how to set up a wallet, how to fund it. My favorite class will be how to avoid scams, how to avoid rug pulls, honeypots, what those things are, really going into like the Telegram, the Twitter, interacting with the people who are owning the company, running the company, the mods. There's a lot of different ways, you can go and look in the crypto space and just right away tell, that's going to be a scam. But some of them are pretty difficult these days. And the biggest thing I want and our team really enforces is to have a safe, fun crypto space to build that community where people are not getting rug pulled and scammed. And I got to say, I've been scammed probably 14 times in the crypto space, learned my lesson through all the launches and everything. But I want to help people to avoid that down the line in the future. Some of our general information that we have going right now, we just got the InterFi audit back and we received a 91% on that. I posted that in the chat so everybody can see that guy. And then we also got our KYC back last week from Pink Sale. And so we got our audit badge or our KYC badge on Pink Sale at this point. Our next item after that is we're going to be doing Certic. We just received pricing from them to do the contract audit and the KYC. I think it was about 20 grand we were looking at. So we're going to get that started right around launch time. We're going to get Certic going. So we can have that additional really in-depth audit, and then you get that badge that's going to be on your screen. And then having that Skynet KYC, that is absolutely massive. That is really, really huge to have. And it gives those investors a confidence, in a project. We did the KYC already, and if anybody's done one of those on Pink Sale, it's a 36-minute long video, and you pretty much expose everything about yourself, about your project. But it's really good because it shows you that the owner of the company is there for you. And if he is going to try to mess around, there are consequences for that. And I 100% believe in that. Let me get to our roadmap. All right. So our roadmap, we've kind of been through a lot of those items right now. Scoot this out of the way. but I kind of want to talk about things that are coming up in the future. So our main goal for this company is to develop the Caliverse. And what the Caliverse will be is it'll be a world like a metaverse that you can go to and build your own business. We want to have the play to earn surfing game. We want to have a play to earn BMX game. We want to have a play to earn skateboarding game. We're even talking about having a play to earn snowboarding mountain, which would be sweet. Southern California, of course, we have Big Bear. The snow's not that great, but it would be really exciting to include that. But we really want to build it up where people can have a business selling surfboards. Somebody can have a business selling bicycles, skins, all those different items to really build that community. Our goal is to be that extreme sports brand and company and develop that into the Caliverse. Our goal is not to be a $50 million project, $100 million project, $500 million project. We want to be that $1 billion project. And we really want to be in that top 100 CMC. We have big goals, not for just us, but for every holder that's getting in with us. Most of the people we've gotten in private sale, these are my family, like my dad, my cousins, my uncles, all of my buddies. Like literally, I told them, like, get your friends and family into this because this is going to be generational wealth. So that is something that I really believe in a project if I'm bringing those types of people in. My cousin is one of the mods on here. His son is actually one of our mods, and he's only 14 years old because I'm really trying to help get everybody educated and into the crypto space to learn it before it becomes big. I really see crypto being at its $1.3 trillion market cap right now, being $20 trillion by the end of this decade. It's going to be huge. Right now, yeah, it's in that little bear market, but it's not going to stay there. You know, the United States is developing their digital currency right now. Cryptocurrency is going to be absolutely massive. And the people that are at the forefront of it, you know, are going to be the ones that benefit. Some updates I also have for everybody. So this website that I'm showing you right now, this is just our beta website. Our main website should be complete probably within the next 10 days. Right now, the design is complete and they're just finishing the back end of it right now. So we just wanted to provide a website for everybody to see. And so we could also set up Pink Sale and all those other sites for social media. But we will be launching our updated website within 10 days is our plan. Also, the white paper that we have posted, that is version 1. We will have version 2 coming out also. And that will feature the pixel art that we have for the 16-bit play to earn game. And it'll also incorporate, we do have a new team member that'll be added to that. And then any other updates that we can kind of get some more hard dates on will be added to that white paper. Another big item right now is we're working with lawyers here in Southern California to form the LLC for SoCal Token. Our plan is to have this a fully formed company before or sometime around launch. We already picked the lawyer we want. I'm going to be paying his retainer fee, and we're going to be forming the company of SoCal Token. And that'll be also publicly shown, so anybody who is investing in the company can see, you know, we are a fully formed company. We're not going anywhere. We plan to actually be here for a very long time and expand. And the reason I did this to get it started before is I really wanted us to have our company and everything in place before we launch. We're getting some really, really big investors coming into this project right now. We've got a lot of whales looking at this project and a lot of people going to invest at launch time. Our goal is really to get into Hollywood and to look at like getting different actors like rapper Snoop Dogg, all those different people that are getting into like Bored Ape and all those different ones to really get them to get into SoCal Token. And that is a huge possibility down here. Southern California, we've got about 24 million people in it. A lot of people trade crypto here. And just getting that push alone and then going worldwide is going to be absolutely massive. I'm going to pull up our calendar. All right. So everybody see my screen? So right now, next week, we also have crypto education classes, but tomorrow for May, our last item is going to be crypto education classes tomorrow night at 6 p.m. We will be holding that in our main chat VC. So if there's anybody that wants to join, it'll be similar to the first week. It's just going to go over the basics of crypto, what it is, really just giving people a general overlook on what cryptocurrency is. Once we launch, every week is going to be a different subject. I'm really going to switch it up so we can talk about all different sorts of things. I really want to be able to walk people through setting up a wallet. If they have troubleshooting on like Binance, Coinbase, any of those things, I really want to help people walk them through that so they know what they're doing, get their bank accounts connected and how the money flows from your bank account to an exchange and to a wallet and then back out. And then our first AMA we have scheduled is on Saturday, June 11th. We have actually a back-to-back. We're doing Achilles in the morning and then Moon Boys at 1 p.m. The Venom AMA is scheduled for the 12th at 1 p.m. And then we're just going straight through Phoenix AMA, Rug House Free AMA, Anti-Ruggers AMA, the Future Lounge AMA. And then on launch day, we're going to be doing Caesar's Calls in the morning, which a lot of people in here know that Caesar's Call is absolutely huge. So we're going to be getting that hype up the day of pre-sale. And then we're going to be doing the pre-sale at 1 p.m. that day. And we only have 454 BNB for the hard cap with a max contribution of 4 BNB. The way our private sale's been going at this point, we only have 40 BNB left of 400. And we've only been out doing the private sale for 2 weeks now with little to no marketing. This is our second AMA actually in a group besides our own voice chat. So on that pre-sale day, it's going to be really, really fast. It's going to be, I'm going to say it's going to be selling out in 3 to 4 seconds. It could be 5 seconds, but it's going to be really fast that day. And then we're going to launch 1 hour after that once the hard cap is hit. I don't want people to be able to get their bots set up or any of that things going. I really want to have that launch ready to go 1 hour after that hard cap fills. Anybody that participated in the private sale will be airdropped all their coins. And then it's going to be game on. Launch day is going to be really, really exciting. Like I said, we got some pretty big whales coming in, so the buying pressure is going to be really big in the beginning. And then the day after, we're going to be launching staking. So we're going to open that up at noon. So at noon, our marketplace, everything will be set up and ready to go, and that staking is going to launch. The first 500 people that get in are going to get those higher APYs. The next 750 are going to get a little bit lower and then all the way down. And say if you're that person, you go at like 500 or 501, you'll just be put into the next pool if you're on like kind of that bubble there. So everybody will get a staking slot no matter what, but the first 500 people, of course, will get the highest APY. And then on Monday, we're going to be launching our NFT marketplace. That's when anybody who's won an NFT or wants to buy an NFT, that'll be the day. So at noon, we're going to open up our NFT marketplace for sale of these NFTs. There's only 1,400 they're going to be for sale. They're going to be for sale at 0.2 BNB. I've got a lot of people that are going to be coming in and buying those also. So I recommend, I know it's a Monday, but try to see if you can have some time out for lunch and come in and at least grab one of those guys because they're going to go pretty quickly. And then that week, we're going to launch right into all of our ecosystem and the rewards pretty much for the holders. The Sound Bath with Magic Mini, crypto education classes, and then yoga. After that, on Saturday, we're going to start our burn. We're going to be burning 10 billion tokens. So the first week, we're going to burn 2.5 billion tokens. And then we're kind of strategizing that, but we'll probably burn 2.5 just every week for the first month. We'll update the calendar, of course, for July. That'll have all those dates and everything added to it. But for me, that is all I got for this AMA. So I hope everybody enjoyed, and we can go ahead and open it up for questions.
Daniel, why you got to be so good, man? I had like 15, 16, 17 questions. You almost answered every single one of them. I'm going to need you to not do that next time. Um, so definitely appreciate all the information. It was really good. You were actually very thorough in your presentation. You definitely covered everything and a lot of the items that I was going to ask. Just to kind of get some clarity. So you were talking about the staking piece, which I know a lot of people are very interested in, just because, a lot of people want to be long-term holders as well. But how do you, if it's the first 500, how do you know what position you fall in? And if you, let's say that you're 505, so you're on the outside, when those other 5 or 10 people, pull their staking, do you slide into that next spot, or how does that part work?
The original 500 people staking will end after your lock period. So getting into that first 500 slot for the 30 and 60 days, once it ends, then you're automatically going to have the option for the 50% or whatever other staking option is open at that point. So it's only going to be for that 30 or 60 days that you can get that 300% and 150%.
Okay, cool. That's pretty awesome. The other thing too that I thought was very telling about you and your company and the people that you're working with is I know you're SoCal based, but with the just the sketchiness of crypto in itself, I think that one thing that hit home with me when I was reviewing the website and the white paper is the forming of the company, and you did touch on that. And I think that's huge for long-term investors. And it sounds like you do have a long-term vision with this, as you discussed. With the, with the forming of the company, I might have missed this, and I apologize if I did, but will that be all in place, prior to launch or shortly thereafter? Sorry again if I missed that, but would you mind going over that again?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm actually going to be making the down payment. We've already selected the lawyer. So we're making that down payment with him this week. And then he's going to start filing for our company and everything. Depending on, of course, the Secretary of State, sometimes they can take 1, 2, 3 weeks, depending. So that's all I was saying. It could be before launch or like right around launch. We should have all that finalized and wrapped up.
It's usually about a 2 to 3 week process, so we're hoping to have that done. Like you said, it could be just after, but it will be filed relatively soon, so it will be in the process before then.
Perfect. I think that's great. I think that's a huge, benefit for investors to know that you're actually forming that, and there's, you're holding yourselves accountable to what you're trying to accomplish. So I think that's a huge benefit to the community. The influencers and sponsorships, in phase 2, I know you kind of just touched on it briefly, like the Snoop Dogg example. Do you currently have any of that going right now, or anything prior to the launch that you mean that you plan on doing? I know that you mentioned like your calendar with some of the AMAs, but do you actually have any influencers or other sponsorships that you can discuss now, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, we're actually in talks with Rock 105.3, which is a local radio station here, to do an on-air segment with them. And I know probably some of you here have heard of iHeartRadio, but that's one of their radio stations. So we're really working with them right now to see about doing a crypto on-air segment and then having SoCal Token broadcast all over the country. They have access to 150 million people, and they believe they can get 10 million people targeted with just our marketing and everything alone. Influencer-wise, we are starting to stack those up right now. We were trying to really get our AMAs finalized, and we're really working on different country groups. Our Turkish groups, I got to give a shout out to them. Shadow and her team are absolutely amazing. They are bringing in a big force of investors right now. And then I also just had a meeting with my CTO and another influencer today that we could be bringing on board. I just have to finalize that agreement with him. So there's going to be a lot more added to that calendar, and we will definitely keep you guys updated on those influencers.
That's exciting. I use, so I do a lot of traveling too, and I do listen to our iHeartRadio. So I know the power that can come from that. So I think that's a pretty sweet deal that you guys got going on there. The Certic, that was another question I had. I think that's great that you guys are doing that to kind of solidify like your project as a whole. So I think that's awesome that you guys are getting that started. I know that it is a timely process with that, but actually, talking about it, that you're gonna just that you've already proceeded towards the steps of getting that done. I think that's a huge win for you guys. And that obviously is going to take some time to come back, but I think that is a benefit. The one thing that I was kind of curious about too is the sound bath and yoga. So, how does that work? Like, I'm just curious. Are you guys going to have like a video conference, on here? Is it going to be strictly just for SoCal holders? Like, what, can we talk about the dynamic with that? Or is it going to be professionals that you're hiring that do that? Or, a little bit more detail on that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. So for right now, we have the system set up just on Zoom. We have it set at 100 people right now because we feel probably the first couple of weeks it'll just be about 100, but we can expand that later on down the road. The sound bath healing instructor is a professional. She has been doing this for 2 years now and is pretty well known here in San Diego and has a decent client base. And how that'll work is if you have a good set of headphones and a quiet room, you can plug in Zoom and then put those headphones on. And the sound bath healing is really nice. It's one of those items you do to really just relax and meditate. I do it once a week, and it is absolutely fabulous. The yoga instructor, of course, also is a professional, and that will be taught, of course, on Zoom. So everybody now, of course, with the COVID community is pretty much used to Zoom meetings, I imagine, at this point, and yoga online classes. So you'll have a professional instructor teaching you yoga once a week, free of cost, of course, to all the token holders.
That's awesome. And then just food for thought, and you guys probably, I don't know if you already have this in the works, but just with the sound bath and the yoga, is there any additional incentive if somebody that is a token holder that wants to hold a private class or a private not class but maybe a private session, and if so, is there a way to, I don't know, is there any benefit to doing something like that? It just, that popped in my head, because I know there's probably people that want to maybe do it at a different time, or will they be recorded so that way they can come back and watch it, or what about that type of stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have them recorded, and then we'll be putting these on YouTube also for our channel. So anybody that was sleeping, because I know a lot of people around the world won't be awake during these times, so we want to have that available for everybody so they can listen to them later on. And absolutely, if somebody wants to do a private session or any of those things, those are definitely something we can work out, especially with our instructors, depending, of course, on their availability and everything. I don't see that being an issue at all, and that's something we would definitely take care of for our holders.
Yeah, I think that'd be a pretty neat little feature. Just an extra benefit, for somebody that just wants some one-on-one time, possibly. The other thing too that I thought was really cool that you started mentioning about, the one I was really curious about, the Caliverse, and you kind of went into that, briefly. I wanted to see if you can go into a little bit more in detail. You mentioned build your own business, and you mentioned BMXing, surfing, all these other sports, and then you mentioned the mountains. How what does the time frame look like for all of that to come to fruition, and what is it going to look like when it initially starts, once you guys launch? Like, what will you have available, and what are going to be some of the timelines or maybe milestones that you're going to set up to get some of these other items done to get that Caliverse going? Because I think that's pretty cool. I'm an 80s baby, and I love those BMX games and just those old ones from like the Nintendo 64. And so, that's intriguing, and that's a lot of fun. And, I'm definitely intrigued about that part, but if you can go into a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. So our main focus is, hey, I'm an 80s baby also. I'm 83, so I grew up on Nintendo and those 8-bit and 16-bit and NES games, and man, I just love those. So if you remember back to like TC surfing or like Skate or Die, those types of video games, those are the ones we really want to do. We want them to be that 16-bit, so they operate really well on your cell phone. iOS, Android, or if you're using a computer. We want people to be able to have access and it runs seamlessly on them. And you get that retro nostalgia. Most of us that are in my group, we're all from the 80s. Me, Tim, and Robert, we're all 39. So we grew up, with those different video games. But the Caliverse, the main thing for the Caliverse is once we have the surfing game launched, we're going to be getting the Caliverse beta set up. That's going to be our first item. It's going to kind of be the layout of the land. The second item we would be doing for that would be a land sale. Initial land sale for all first token holders. It'll be one of those land sales where you buy and then you just have a certain number, and then that number is going to correlate to a certain spot along the coast. And then once we get all the land sale done after that point, we'll start creating the interactive map. We'll really start putting that money into development of that Caliverse. But what I really want it to be is like, if you think about the coast of California and how it's set up with all the houses along the beaches and like kind of like even like downtown San Diego, downtown LA, those areas, to really have like its own little section, but then have like the surfing area is going to be like its own little area to the south or something. And then the BMX huge park is going to be over here. The skateboarding game is going to be over here. The mountain's going to be over here. And you're going to have all these houses and people's businesses that are around that solely fuel all that. It's going to be a really big entertainment. People can come into town for like competitions and everything, rent out a certain place. We really want to focus on DJing also. We want to have really big DJ events that go along with these. Two of our members are also DJs, which is pretty cool. But we really want to build it like it's its own metaverse, fully functioning. And if you buy land in there, say you buy 1, 2, 3 pieces of land, you can put those together and build your own business. And whatever that business is, if it's selling a surfboard, if it's selling trucks for skateboards, if it's for selling for bicycles, tune-ups, different skins, all those different items, you can build any type of business you want. And then our big focus then is going to be recruiting those major brands, getting Billabong in, getting Rusty in, getting those surfer sponsorships. We are really going to look right off the bat, probably in the first month and a half of getting surfer sponsorships. We've been kind of looking at different ones locally. Tia Blanco, we would love to have. She's from Southern California. So that's definitely going to be one of the first ones we're going to try to go after. And then we're going to try to sponsor skateboarders. We've got a big connection to the skateboard industry. BMX biking, when I grew up, that was life, For me, we go out, we build jumps, we jump all day long, and, we'd watch Matt Hoffman play, and man, that guy was just phenomenal. And we go out and do the same thing, bash up your legs. And I really just want to bring back all those things, from the 90s that were really cool and fun. And so people can go to a place, earn money, but also have that community with everybody, really have that excitement. And for people all over the world can come and get a little piece of that Southern California action from SoCal Token.
No, I think that's great, and I really appreciate the thorough explanation. The other thing, too, I thought was really exciting is when you were mentioning, the purchasing of land. So let me ask you this as a follow-up question with that, and just, other, aspects of what you just mentioned. But as far as, being able to purchase, certain spots of land once you get the map, laid out, will you be able to, build homes onto it, businesses? And then if so, will you be able to sell that to other individuals, at a particular price? If so, do you know what that cost is going to look like as far as taxes and just little things like that, if you don't mind?
Yeah, absolutely. Once you buy the land, it's your land. And then we're going to have coders that can assist you make it whatever you want. If you want to turn it in just to your pad and make it really fun so you could have people come over and hang out, you can do that. If you want to turn it into a business, we'll have people to assist you with that. But the biggest allure for people is going to be buying and selling the land, like you just said. You're not going to be able to just go and buy 2 or 3 spots of land in a certain spot. What it's going to be is it's going to be set up in a system where you buy, and that spot of land is going to show up somewhere on the map. the next one you buy is also going to be somewhere else on the map. So if you ever want to put 2, 3, or 4 properties together at that point, you're going to have to buy out your neighbor's property. That's going to be one of our big pushes, because we don't want like Red Bull or Billabong or somebody coming in and just, I'm taking this whole section, this is going to be mine. But for the early holders, they're going to get a big discount on the land. The land is going to be a certain price once we launch the map and the Caliverse. It'll probably be about 4 times the price at that point. So anybody that buys land early on is going to have that chance to sell their land. And then it's pretty much like if anybody's looked at Sand or if they've looked at Mana, it's pretty much like a whole real estate world at that point. You know, you can build yours, get a couple of them together, and then sell it, you know, pretty much for whatever you want. It's a free market, which is going to be really cool.
No, that is, and I like the idea of where you have to, you know, just like somebody big can't just come in and just like swallow it all up. But I will tell you this, Daniel, if you put me in the desert, we're going to have a problem.
Right?
On that out there. But
what if I do dune buggies and motorcycles, though? Because we do have here.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'll accept that. Never mind. We're good. Let's see. I'm trying to see. Okay, so yeah, here's another thing too. Is I was looking at this as the 1% charity. So, how are you going to go about doing the charity piece? If you can kind of go in depth with that, how you're going to choose the charity, what the percentage of funds. You know, I know it says 1%, but how are all those mechanics going to work, and how are the investors going to know exactly what you're doing? Is there going to be a vote for what's going to be chosen? You know, items like that. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's going to be a 1% fee on sell tax that's going to go to a charity wallet. That charity wallet money, 100% of it's going to go to beach cleanups along Southern California. All of that money is going to be dedicated for that. We'll of course have, you know, food and, you know, a little tent set up and everything. We really want to make it that big community where people come out and can really clean up the beaches and the marine life. Since we're Southern California token based, we really want to give back to the community and the surfers and the locals here to really clean up the beaches and everything. We've been in talks right now. I can't confirm anything, but the radio station said they might come down and do a shout out with us also at that time, which will bring a lot more people down there and give us a lot more exposure to people in Southern California. But 100% of that charity money is going to go straight all for the beach cleanups. And we have talked also about doing a nonprofit, but we haven't really finalized that structure yet. But once we talk with the lawyers, that's kind of the route I think we want to be leaning towards.
No, that's great. I like the idea, just because you guys, the beach and the cleanup and all that. I think that's very important. Kind of switching gears, on the tokenomics, for the seed and the private sale, you said you have about 40, BNB left. When you once you do pink sale, what are you looking at for the initial market cap to be at?
I'm looking at the initial market cap to be right around $1 million is what it's going to be. And it won't be there that long. I'm really expecting probably a 10 to 15 million market cap within a few minutes at launch.
Sorry about that. I accidentally disconnected. No, that's great. Do you have any bot measures in place, as far as, any well provisions, anything like that for launch?
Yeah, I've discussed this and I've seen a lot of projects launch. I've been in a lot of projects that have launched, and I'll make the example of EverReflect. If anybody was there for that launch, they set up as many bots as they possibly could. And they went from, I think it was like a $600,000 market cap to 30 million market cap in seconds. They had to disable the bots within seconds. So it's pretty much almost like a waste of time to set all those up. I do have my development team taking as many measures as possible, and we're still weighing the option of whether we're going to have those bots or not. But our biggest thing is our buying pressure in the beginning is going to be pretty big. And we're still kind of, looking it over on what is going to be the definite for that. But at this point, we're probably not going to have those bots in place with the buying pressure we're going to have.
Fair enough. And just to give you a good little laugh for tonight, do you remember that one guy that made the purchase at the very top of the candle for 8 million for
Yep.
Everest? Yeah, that was me.
Oh,
I had a terrible connection. Sorry, side note, guys. I had a terrible connection, and it didn't process until it hit the top and dropped. At the end of the day, where it ended like a few weeks later, so it was good profit, but it was, I was like, really? So anyways, yes, I am very well aware of where that was, but that was me at the top of the candle.
Yeah, I tried to buy in the whitelist, and it just went so fast. And then I bought at launch, and I think I got like 500 billion coins or something like that. And but it went so fast that day. It like touched 30 and then came back down. Yeah, I think it was like 8 million. And then I think it went back up to like 20 something million after that. But that was, and we know where it's at now.
Yes, we do. It was very interesting, nevertheless. That's all the questions that I have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peek into the channel real fast and see if there were some questions that came through. And one that I did see right off the bat while I look through, and you can answer this while I'm looking. And Mike, if you don't mind, help looking through the channel as well with me. But one question that I did see come across was one of the persons said, is this, no, it's not, but the individual asked, is it geared towards California only? Which I'm sure it's not, but if you can just explain on who's able to contribute and participate in this.
No, this is a worldwide. We want everybody in the world involved in this. Like I said, we have a Turkish group involved. We're working on getting a Chinese group involved, Australian group involved, Netherlands group involved. So this is a worldwide. Everybody can get into this coin.
Perfect. That's what I figured.
So yeah, Bobby, Shake, I do see a couple of questions here on the announcement channel. You want me to read them off?
Yeah, like read one, and we'll kind of just leapfrog each other if you don't mind, so we can kind of stay on track.
Absolutely. So the first one is from a community member, E. Question is, NFT is not just a trend. It is going to rule this decade, and innovation has just started. So with NFT, what is your future plan?
With NFTs, our future plan is to give them as much utility as possible, to give you more than just holding that artwork, to give you access, of course, to the different wave breaks, surfing competitions, skins, all those different things. We really want to expand on what NFTs can do, especially that I know they're going to be our driver's license soon. They're going to be our registration soon, football tickets, baseball tickets, concert tickets. I mean, NFTs are going to be a huge part of our life for the future. And we're always going to be developing any new technology and incorporating that into our company.
Perfect. And then Big Dog asks, and I think you already mentioned this too, just want to clarify, staking will be ready at launch. Is that correct?
Yes, our DApp will be ready about 3 or 4 days before launch, so we can do some thorough testing on it. We're really going to beat that thing up to make sure every staking procedure is working, the NFT marketplace is ready. We're also going to be minting the NFTs, so nobody will have to pay that charge to mint them. So once you buy them, you're good to go, so you won't have to pay that extra fee also.
Beautiful. And then
we have another. I'm sorry about that.
No,
all right, so we have another question here from Asteroid 45. It says, have you started talking to any big names yet, or formed any partnerships yet, like you spoke about?
Yes, we are in talks with a lot of different people right now. We have reached out to Snoop Dogg's people, and we do have his pricing. So that is actually something we're going to be exploring down the road. We have a few others we can't name yet because we're still in discussions with them. But we do have some pretty big plans and marketing going on. Of course, the biggest one, the Rock 1053, that's one we're pushing right now. We do have a second meeting with them after Memorial Day next week.
I personally think that iHeartRadio piece is going to be really good for you guys because of where you're located, and just given just where you're located, I think is just like key for that 105, and I think that's going to be a big thing for you guys. So I really do hope that works out. Okay, so Jarrett Martin says, how do you attract new investors, especially those that don't speak English, like in Asia?
That's pretty easy. If anybody's ever watched Baywatch, Southern California has that sex appeal. It has that allure, you know. We really want to focus on everything that's California, which includes, you know, beautiful women, beautiful men, all of those different items. We're going to be promoting around. And like I said, you know, Baywatch was massive in every single country. And Hollywood, I mean, if you look at like how big Hollywood is in the whole world, different things like that, that's going to be our allure to really get into the rest of the world.
Perfect. And then last one in the channel is from Sergio Kitchens. I think he might have joined a little late, but it says, what strategies have you created to bring more investors into your project? Are you working with any influencers to promote your project? I think you just answered the second part of it, but maybe if you can just answer like the first one, like what strategies have you created to bring more investors into the project? I think that would be beneficial.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the biggest things we've done lately is we hired a Turkish group, Shadows people, and they're absolutely phenomenal. In less than 24 hours, they brought in 78 BNB for the private sale alone. And if anybody knows anything about the Turkish community, 45 million people in their country have crypto and trade crypto. Getting into that alone is huge. But I also have connections with other people that are working on solely bringing in investors and these big whales into our projects. So there's a lot that we are doing to bring in investors. And once we get to launch time, then it's game on. Then we can really, really roll with that hard marketing, that big push, because our goal is to really get into Hollywood. Whatever we can do to really push up into that LA area, San Diego, all those different areas. We're going to be putting up billboards here in San Diego. Just even me being in crypto, if I saw a billboard on the side of the road that says SoCal token, I don't even need to read anymore. I'm buying into that because, you know, that's locally where I'm from. But to bring in investors around the world, that's going to be the fun part. And that's really going to be the attraction of our artwork, our video games. But the biggest thing is it's going to be our community. In our chat, if anybody's been in there, we are in there all the time, making sure these are just investors and no bots in there. These are family members. These are people we know. And these are people we're bringing from other groups. We're really trying to build that big community where everybody feels a part of it. I'm always in that chat. So if anybody has any questions, you know, that's the biggest thing is I'm there to answer that. I've been in so many other projects that once they launch, you don't see the CEO or CTO anymore. They just kind of disappear. With our project, we want to be around and be able to share all those updates with you. Starting a week out from launch, we're going to have our VC open 24/7. So if anybody has any questions, they need any help, any updates that we have, we'll be sharing in there as well.
Perfect. And then out of time has a question. He says, "Are you guys planning on staying on Zoom only, or maybe migrate to the metaverse later?" I'm assuming he's talking about your sound bath and yoga.
In the end, those will be inside the metaverse, correct? That way we can have access to anybody around the world, and it'll be really cool that way to get a big community going in there and doing the yoga and doing the sound bath inside of there. And then the crypto education classes will be really fun to do that on a big screen inside the metaverse for sure.
Perfect. I think that's all the questions that are in the channel. That's all that I have. Is there anyone in the community that has any questions that they want to unmute themselves and ask a question? Feel free.
Yes. If I'm clear to go, I had a few questions actually. First off, you're still there?
Yep.
Okay. First off, with your staking, I had a question about the lock periods. So once I hit my 60-day lock, if I'm one of the fortunate people to be the first 500 people in there, will the lock just be an expiration of my obligation, but I continue to get the rate, or do I need to relock? And if I do need to relock, what will the next rate be? Just that 50%?
After your time period is up, you will need to relock, and it'll be in whatever staking is left at that point. So whatever the next tier is at that point. If all 2,250 spots are full at that point, it would be to the 50% then. And we will also have a reinvest button, so you can reinvest those coins and stake them as well, instead of claiming them if you choose.
Okay. And then also, I'm assuming, but maybe it is actually a better deal than what I assume. Is it APR, APY, or is that actually the percent of total investment you get back within your term?
It's APY, so the 300% is almost a percentage a day you would get. So for 60 days, you'd probably get around like 50 something percent. So if you staked in $1 billion, you'd have 1.5 billion at the end of that. And the reason we're doing it for just that period is you could have some people with some pretty large wallets going in there. And we want to keep the sustainability of the coin and the company going.
Yeah, that's good. It's actually good that you guys don't have an over rewarding. I just wanted to know what the parameters were with that. And then with your NFTs, you mentioned they're going to be pre-minted. And so since they're pre-minted, does that mean it's a first come, first serve? You can grab whichever one you want, or is there still a random factor once you commit to a purchase of which one you'll get?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. The NFTs will have a rarity score for them. So they're all going to have different rarities for different traits, and that'll be in the metadata with each NFT showing, the rarity score for that. But when you buy, you're going to buy like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. It's going to be completely random which one you get. You won't be able to just choose, I want this rarity one, and it's going to be 0.2. It's going to be, hey, you buy, and you could get that chance of getting that one that's 1 or 2%. One of the rarest ones, or you could get the one that's 20% at that point. But the fun part is then once you collect these, you can sell them, trade them, give them to people, and then they do provide the utility down the road.
Got it. Okay, and that was my next question, is if you had a rarity scale. And I've seen a bunch of different types of rarity scales. Like I've seen them where it's just a Word document. You got to painstakingly look through every single attribute line and then add up the score yourself. Is yours going to be something where it's on a marketplace like OpenSea, where you can just put your NFT there and then see what all the attributes are? Or is there going to be like a manual way to find out what it's worth? Or how's that rarity scale work?
Yeah, I'm going to want it. So like when you have it in your Trust wallet and you kind of pull up that NFT, I want to have that rarity score in the metadata there. So when you pull it up, you're not having to fish for it. You're not having to look everywhere.
Yeah, hold on, let me jump on that one real quick, Daniel. Yeah, you can't have that in the wallet, but it will be available in the NFT marketplace on our website. It will show all that information on there, but that's not something you can transport into the wallet side of it.
Awesome. Yeah, one thing I found frustrating was some NFTs that I got, even though I do like them, it was just a Word document for the rarity scale. So I had to, first off, decipher what the words meant with the background. And then I had to, go through the eyewear, the teeth, the emotion, the eyes, all kinds of crazy stuff. And it's such a pain. So really good feature if you guys have it automated to where it can all add up for you.
Well, it will be auto added on there into the marketplace, and we'll also provide the chart that'll be on there in the marketplace. So you can actually see all the different rarities, their scales. It's kind of in a PDF format, but it'll just be incorporated into the website, into the page where you can see that. But when you actually go to your NFT in the marketplace, it will show individually what those traits are, what the individual trait percentages are, and then what the overall trait percentage is for the rarity. And then you can kind of reference that to the chart, but it will specify all that stuff individually for you.
Okay, and even if you're utilities are still in development or not decided yet, could you give just an example of what a utility might be as to how an NFT could be useful?
So those are going to have in-game utilities. For the play to earn surfing game, you're going to have access to custom wave breaks, special competitions. Like on some of the surfing competitions we're going to do, there's going to be an entry fee, SoCal tokens, this many to enter. Maybe, one of the utilities will be you don't have to pay those fees, or you get a reduced fee. You're going to get access to exclusive competitions that only holders of those first edition NFTs get. You're going to have special skins that you're only going to be able to access with one of those NFTs, special surfboards. So there's going to be a lot of different in-game utilities that we're going to build in for the users.
Awesome. I appreciate the explanation. If I could think of anything else before this AMA is over, I will, but definitely have a lot of different things to look over in the project. Looks pretty cool.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Yeah, feel free to ask anything else that comes up.
Thank you, Matt. Any other questions out there? Thank you,
I do, yeah. Daniel, Robert, appreciate you guys coming out tonight. It was an amazing AMA. One quick question I did have about the private sale is how long has that private sale been open? Where is the accumulated funds are at currently, and where will those funds be allocated to once completed?
Yeah, absolutely. So we started the private sale on the 9th of May. We are currently, last I looked, we had 40 BNB left, but hold on, we just collected more. Just collected another one. So I think we have about 39 BNB left at this point. So we've collected 361 BNB in about 2 weeks at this point. Those tokens will be airdropped at launch. We're going to be building those into our contractor for a deployer, so those will be airdropped to everybody at that point. We did have a seed sale before that. The seed sale was from people that I know that really wanted to get in and support the project early on. So they were a part of that seed sale. That money is being used to develop a lot of the project. But then the private sale, that money will be going to the liquidity on launch day. So when we finalize the pool on Pink Sale with the pre-sale BNB, we're going to be adding in BNB also from the private sale at that point.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So going with your seed sale, how much did you raise on your seed sale?
The seed sale, we raised, I think it was 175 BNB. And then with the private sale on top of that, we've raised, because we almost have a total of 400 between the two. So we've got about 175 from the private sale as well.
And is there any vesting between the private or the seed sale?
No vesting period.
And what's the percentage difference between the seed sale, private sale, and pre-sale?
The seed and private sale was the same. It was 35 million tokens per BNB. The pre-sale is going to be 33 million tokens per BNB, and then launch will be 30 million tokens per BNB. And at launch, we do have our taxes that come in. So if you participate in the private sale and pre-sale, you don't get those taxes. If you do participate in the private sale, you also get an automatic whitelist spot for pre-sale.
Oh, that actually sounds pretty amazing. I like that. And for your launch, what type, if any, type of for X amount of hours or blocks will you have anti-bot measures?
We're still working that out with our development team. So we'll have an update for everybody on that. But right now, with the amount of people we have going to buy, if we do the anti-bot measures and we have that huge buying pressure in the beginning, they're going to be taken down anyways because it's just too much. Your market cap increases too rapidly. And I do have a few people that are going to be investing $100,000 at launch. Not just like one or two, we've got a few of them. So we think the buying pressure is just going to be way too big to have those. But my dev team is really looking at that. If we're going to need them, we can have them in place and then take them down. So that's something we're still working through, but we'll definitely update the team.
I love it. You got me sold, man. I'm in. But that's cool, it for what I have. If anybody else, please feel free.
Just wanted to ask, kind of following up on the private sale as well. Do you guys have any rewards? I did see that your private sale is either 1 BNB to 4 BNB. Is there any reward for doing the max for the private sale?
We were doing a reward if you committed 8 BNB, was our seed sale that you would get an NFT with that max contribution of 8. So we had a few people take part in that. If that's something you'd be interested in, let me know. But for the 1 to 4 BNB, we're not giving any extra additional prizes or anything with that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Any other questions from the community?
I don't really have a question, just pretty much a comment. When he first had mentioned that they were looking to get to 100 million market cap in the next couple months, I was thinking to myself, well, that's pretty ambitious. But then after hearing everything that they have planned, the iHeartRadio advertising, man, I can definitely see this as a really, really great opportunity for all of us. So, I'm super, super pumped to be part of this right now. And, man, I look forward to the future.
Appreciate that as always, Juniper. Any other questions or comments?
Just a comment. So yeah, with this project, I just have 100% faith in it. From the beginning, I've just been sold, and I know I told my fiance, I was like, can I just commit the 8 BNB? And she's like, how much money do you have left? I'm like, well, I got $50, but it's okay. I'll make it work. And so I just I risked it all just to get in on this, and I just think it's amazing.
I appreciate that. If she breaks up with you, I've got a place for you to stay, but I'm in Colorado, so you're gonna have to at least drive here.
I like snowboarding, so we'll make it work. And so we're good.
Any other questions and comments? We'll take one more or two more if anybody has anything. If not, we'll go ahead and pass it along to Mike, and we'll go ahead and get things wrapped up. All right, Mike and Mike, looks like you are up. Before we go to Mike with the whitelist and the cash prizes, I would like to, thank Daniel and Robert for coming, in and having an AMA with us, and thanking SoCal as a community to discuss your projects. And, as always, everything with crypto, this AMA is for informational purposes only. It is not financial advice, so please do your own research. I also want to say special thanks to Juniper for, reaching out to AK to get this, put together. It was a very informative AMA, and it's a very exciting token. So I look forward to it. And Mike, the rest is up to you. Thank you.
All right, guys. That was an amazing AMA. Let me get my screen up here. First, before the cash and the NFT, I'm going to get into the 13 whitelist spot giveaway we have for the community. So let's get that rolling. A couple of shuffles up here, and let's grab 13 names.
All right.
Heart attack. Oh, you gave me a heart attack. You won. Got yourself a whitelist spot. Oh, that was so close. Sarah, congratulations. Won yourself a whitelist spot. Look at that, Meg. Our own mod. Amazing. Won yourself a whitelist spot. Congratulations. That's 3. 10 more. Ooh, got a paper cut. Won yourself a whitelist spot.
Watch yourself. Those things are dangerous.
It is.
Oh,
Tim SoCal.
You can go ahead.
A team member?
Yeah, he's team member.
Yeah,
Nick, do
go
another
ahead
one.
and recycle that on the 14.
10-4. All right, let's roll again. Reading worms. You wormed your way into a whitelist spot. Congratulations. Marco Phil. Congratulations. Just glad to see you winning here. You attend every single AMA. I know that because I put in all the names. Congratulations. Orange Crush. You've been active in the community a lot lately. Congratulations. Won yourself a whitelist spot.
Reminds me of the Denver Broncos, Orange Crush.
Mr. Lambo Guy. Whitelist spot. Congratulations.
And just while Mike, you're doing that, just wanted to remind everyone that Juniper, since he recommended the project to the group, got a free whitelist spot as well as a free entry when we do the cash draw on the next one here. So congratulations.
Yep. Congratulations, Juniper. Your name is on this wheel twice, I promise. But Mr. Flawless 1K, congratulations. Won yourself a whitelist spot.
Whoop, whoop. I've seen him a lot in here too, recommending some great projects. So glad he won this one.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Hakimi, congratulations. Whitelist winner. Got just a few more here. Mr. Fablo. Congratulations, whitelist winner. Got two more here. Callan Cyril, congratulations, whitelist winner. Let's grab this last one here. Jack 024. You are our last whitelist winner. Congratulations. Let me just gather these names up real quick and we'll move on to the next part of our giveaway here. Daniel, what is the cash and NFT giveaway? How would you like to orchestrate that?
Yeah, we are doing 0.1 BNB times 5 people, and then one lucky winner gets the NFT. So let's roll and do the cash first, the 0.1 times 5, and then the last person will get the NFT.
Please tell me my name is in there.
hey, Daniel.
Mine better be in there 6 times, I swear.
Hey, Daniel. Would you like us to send our members to your Telegram room? We usually do that just to raise awareness to your room as well. Is that something that you would like?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
Awesome. I'm sure Johnny in the main chat is telling you guys all how to join into their Telegram group and say USA sent me. So, Daniel, you said we have 0.1 times 5. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, let's get those 5 winners off this wheel.
Let's go, Juniper.
Let's go, let's go. Let's go, Chris.
King Crypto, congratulations. That was really close to you, Matt. That was almost there. Oh, Mr. Whiskey Man. Awesome. Won yourself some cash. Congratulations. Double winner. Sarah won a whitelist spot and cash. Congratulations.
Lucky Sarah.
Seeing Sarah in here a lot lately in the room, so really excited to see you get that whitelist spot and that cash.
Looks like Nikki here. Congratulations. Another cash winner.
How many is that? Is this the cash
This
or
is
the NFT?
this is a cash. I believe this is the last fifth winner right here, Bianca. Congratulations. And you want me to just go for another one off the wheel here for your NFT winner?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
All right, Mike, you know what to do here.
The one. This is the one.
It's Abe. Who's it gonna be?
You gotta pick me, Mike.
Dwayne, is that a team member?
Yeah.
Is that going to Dwayne or should I pick another?
He's excluded.
Yeah.
Recycle that.
10-4.
Yeah, let it roll. Let it roll.
Here we go.
Let's go. Let's go. Second chance.
Oh, that was close. Flina? I don't want to push that. I'm sorry. But congratulations. You won yourself an NFT. Flina, as the wife says. All right. So with that being said, that is the end of our giveaway and our AMA. Just wanted to thank Daniel, Robert, and the entire SoCal team coming out tonight. It was an awesome time. You guys did an amazing job, explained it very well, pretty much chewed up all the questions I had. I will get this AMA posted and pinned in chat soon with the winners, and we'll also get those winners over to you, Daniel, for the cash payout.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you for coming, everybody, and I'll be sending the cash. The NFT will be coming 2 days after launch.
Thank you very much again, SoCal, for coming in, and Daniel and Robert, thank you again. It was a great AMA, and we look forward to your updates. Again, if you have anything to add as far as anything new or calendar updates, the channel is all yours. Feel free to post any updates or any upcoming events or whatever you feel is relevant into that channel. That's yours for everyone to see and keep track of.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It was great to do an AMA with you guys, and you guys are pretty awesome, man. I love your crew.
Yeah,
absolutely. And the other thing too is, join the group. I always try to say this at the end of the AMAs, but go over there. Don't we usually do go over there to bring awareness and cash prizes and such. But it seems like a really good group to be a part of. To learn from. The nice thing is that they have weekly events where they're going to be teaching crypto and just talking about it and having discussions. So it's a very informative crypto group. So join. Be a participant. Learn and grow with the community. And I look forward to seeing what comes of the project. With that being said, this is Shake and Bake with USA Crypto Group with our AMA with SoCal. And we thank you very much for your time again. And everyone have a wonderful night.
Awesome. You guys. Thanks for having us.
Thank you guys. Thank you.